Hello and welcome to the channel. I am Jozi Lite. So on today's video we are creating the look you saw at the beginning of this video. So to start off, I have already braided my hair at the back, so I'm just going to show you guys that, and the last piece of the braided hair is tucked away. Okay, that's what that looks like. It's just 4 rows going back, nothing special. They just have to be okay. They don't even need to have perfect partings in between. They just need to be 4 rows going back, something you can sew onto. Okay, and then for the hair that I'm using this hair by Magic. It's in the style Freedom in the color 1B, and this is what it looks like. It looks like that. It's actually really soft, but you know, over time it's gonna. So initially I wanted to do a crochet hairstyle with this hair, but then I didn't know that it had tracks, so I was basically bamboozled, because this picture, it is planted onto the lady's scalp. Okay, and also back here it's planted, and none of these pictures really say whether it's a sew-in or you can plant it onto the base like you would normal braiding hair. I mean other braiding hair, like this is also normal, but like you know what I mean, you know. So yeah, now I had to improvise because the hair didn't turn out to be what I thought it is. So to sew on the hair, I'm going to be using this needle. I've already put in my wool, and this is how long it is. Now this is what the hair looks like in a single tract. Okay, but I'm going to sew it on as double, like that. 2 tracts, I'm going to sew them on at the same time. So I just want to bring it to your attention that there is going to be a lot of background noise on today's video. I'm sorry, there's just a lot of people around and they're busy living life, doing their own things, while I'm also trying to film over here. Okay, so to sew on the curly hair, I'm going to use this part of the needle and not the front, because I don't want to prick myself. I have used the front before though, it's not that dangerous, you know, but for safety reasons just use the back. Okay, now I'm just going to measure how long the threads that I'm going to sew on at the back need to be, and then I'm going to cut that amount off the rest of the thread. So it needs to be this long, just doubling it, taking 2 tracts, and then I am cutting off here. Now this is how long my first 2 tracts are, the ones that I'm going to sew on at the back. Now before I sew on at the back, I'm just going to create a knot over here, which is at the corner of the tracts, by inserting the sharp part of the needle onto the track itself. I made a knot here at the end of the wool, so when I pull the wool through, it's going to hold because of the knot. Now I'm going to start sewing in onto the back of my head. I'm now creating another knot here at the beginning of my sewing. Now at the end of my thread, I'm now creating a second knot to secure this thread down. Okay, So there is my knot at the end of this track. Now there's my first track sewed in. So I'm going to follow the same steps I followed for the first track for the rest of my tracks. Okay, I am now done with my tracks at the back. They start back here and go all the way up to here, but I need to cover up where all the tracks begin because it is not looking neat, honey. It's looking crazy. So I have this one last track which I measured, and it's a single track, unfortunately. So now this last track must cover from here, go all the way around and up to this point. Yeah? And I'm not going to sew it on with the wool and the big needle as I did all of my tracks, but instead I'm going to use a curved needle which is much smaller, and thread instead of wool. So I'm taking this and I'm inserting it into the track. So right now I'm just creating a knot. What's that sound now? Life wish because there's my knot. Okay, so the knot is basically to attach the thread onto the track. And now I'm going to proceed to sew this onto this section. Okay, so I'm at the end of my last track and now I'm creating a knot to secure it. Now that it's secured, I am cutting off the thread. Okay, I am now done covering up the tracked hair where I said it's untidy, and this is what it now looks like. Much better than what it was at the first time. So now I'm going to start working on the hair that is in the front section. So here in the first section that is at the front, I'm going to start off by parting here. Now I'm just putting on this green elastic band to keep this hair out of the way. Now I've parted my first seam parting, and I'm going to secure this hair with this red elastic band just to keep it out of the way. Now I'm going to braid this, starting here and coming up here. I'm not sure if I'll get like a full braid on this piece of hair, but I will try. Okay, my braids on the side are now done. Even the little one up here, it made it, and this is what they look like. So it's basically just braids going up like that, and up here I'm going to do 2 thick braids using some darling hair in the color 2. This is the hair that I'm going to be using. Not much to say about this, just my go-to braiding hair, because darling just never disappoints when it comes to braiding hair. It's my number one. I just wish I could find more types of hair from the brand Darling at all stores, because when I'm looking for like afro textured hair, I can't find any of the Darling brand. When I'm looking for like curly hair, I can't find any of the Darling brand. You always find the braiding hair only, but your kinky bulk hair, you don't find it. Your Beyonce style, you don't find it. Freedom, nothing by Darling. So I just wish they could distribute to more stores. So I'm going to start off by parting this into 2. Whew. That parting took forever. Okay, I have my parting now. I have 2 sections up here. It starts here and goes all the way back here. It's curved like that. Okay, so now I am just going to secure this here on the side. I'm now going to go in with some molding gel wax by Styling Threads, just to lay down my hair on the sides of the braid, and then I'm going to proceed. So just take some of that. Mainly I'm placing the gel wax at the front. I'm not going to put it in all the way to the back, no. Now I'm taking my edge brush I gave up on this look. I went to bed and I proceeded with today's activities with only half of my hair done. So right now I'm going to try and finish the front, and hopefully everything is going to go according to plan. So starting up here, I just sprayed this section with some water because I did apply gel on the partings, so I'm trying to reactivate it, so hopefully it will get reactivated. So I'm just going to do a braid over here using my own natural hair. I'm not going to be feeding in any braiding hair. And I'm also going to take these braids and put them into the same braid, the ones that I braided going up here. Here is this braid. Now I'm going to braid this section. I'm just going to put on a little bit of the molten gel wax. And brush it in with my edge brush. Now I'm going to start braiding. Here's the second braid. Here I'm in 2 braids, right? They're done, they're cute. Now moving on to the slightly tricky part. I'm going to crochet some hair onto these braids. So here's the hair that I'm going to crochet on. I've just divided it, but if I need more, I'm obviously going to get more from the packaging. So this first piece from here is the smallest one, and the sizes slightly increase as you move in this direction, but some are a bit similar in size. So I take my braiding hair. I think this is a bit too big. I'm just going to make it smaller. Here's my braiding hair. I hold it like that, take my latch hook, open it, and then I insert it over here. Attach my braiding hair, close my latch hook, and then pull through the braiding hair. And this is what it's going to look like. Here's my second piece. I'm choosing to do this crochet method because the fitting in just decided to show me flames. So if you can't fit in braids, I really recommend this method. Now as I move further back, I'm going to start making the spaces bigger. So at the front they should be closer to each other, and moving back they should have more spaces in between them. Okay, this is now done. Time for the moment of truth. Time for the moment of truth. So scared, because if this does not work out, I'm going to be so frustrated. So frustrated. Now I'm going to start braiding the hair which I've just crocheted onto my own braid. I'm not braiding this tightly because I do want to fluff it and make it thicker once I'm done. So I'm gently braiding it, and because my hair here where I'm starting the braid is very short, so if I pull too much, the crocheted hair will lift and it's just gonna be a hot mess. At the end, I'm just tucking in my braid here, the one that I have of my natural hair. It's starting to look how I want it to. Okay, I like it. It looks good. Let's move on to this one. I'm going to crochet the hair onto this one as well. Okay, I've crocheted on all the braiding hair, and now it's time to actually braid. This one even better than the first one. Okay, so this side is done, and I'm going to do the same thing onto this side. Okay, so here's the side, here's the other side. All the braids are done, but I want to secure them together because I want to do a ponytail up here. So now I'm going to start with these two and just try to sew them on like this. Yeah, I think on top of it, this, on top of that, like this, and then I'm going to sew them down to come in from underneath. I'm going to put a braid here, and then I'm going to show you guys how it turns out. So far it's kinda giving. Did it with that darling hair. Now. Okay, that's me for the night. It is now 4 days later, and I'm only doing the reveal for the hairstyle because I was not sure if I wanted to finish off this video and upload it, but I just wanted to show that even for me, sometimes when I'm doing my hair, it just turns into something else, something that I didn't plan, something that I was not going for. So here's the reveal. So this is what it has turned out into. I'm okay with it. I don't love it, no, but I am okay with it. Okay enough to go outside with it, but it didn't turn out how I had imagined it, but it's still okay. You know, it's okay but not great. So this is what it looks like. This is the disaster hairstyle. I hope you guys learned something from today's video, that at times it's best to just pay for the hairstyle, just go to the salon, but when they start doing something you didn't ask for, speak up. That could never be me, but just looking out for you. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you subscribed, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.